FCHQ show. This is your girl Dragon. I hope you guys are having a great day. Thank you. Let's go. Man, we have a great show for you guys today. We're shining that creator spotlight on STARLIGHTHAY. And if you don't know about her, the links for her profile are posted below. Just to let you know, she is famous for those rage runs. Let's go ahead and check out the interview. Let's do it. First, tell us about your start of your career. Like, how did you get into Fortnite, and how long did it take you to get started before you got your first feature?
I've been playing Fortnite since Season 4. When I was in high school, a lot of people played Fortnite on mobile, and I never got into it, but after I graduated, I knew my brother played, so I asked him like what it was, and I told him to show me, and he was like, well, as your graduation gift, I'm gonna gift you the battle pass, and we'll play together. And I've been playing every day since then.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
And when you started creative, what did you think about it?
I got really excited because I've always played like sandbox games like Gary's Mod and Minecraft, and there was this really old game called Battlefield 2 Sandbox where you could build. So I've always liked games where you can just build maps. And so when I saw Creative come out, I was like, I'm definitely going to play that.
Tell us what kind of maps you're working on now, and what's going on with what's coming soon.
I'm not working on anything right now. I just published a maze for New Year's.
Is it as challenging as your rage run?
No. I think it's pretty easy. It's pretty small.
Cool.
I just wanted to make something for New Year's, so that'll be coming soon.
Awesome, awesome. And then tell us a little bit about your creative process.
I don't know. I'll just be doing something either in game or, just in life, and it'll inspire a game or a map, and I'll be like, yep, that'll be a good idea, and I'll build it as soon as I get the time to.
Cool. And other than Fortnite, what other hobbies do you have?
Well, all I really do is play Fortnite, but if I'm not playing Fortnite and I have to do something, I either paint or I'm at work doing photography, and that's pretty fun.
What kind of photography?
I actually do school picture day photography.
Like portrait work?
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. That's definitely some skill there, because photography is definitely a challenging profession.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know how complicated it is, so that's pretty awesome. Would love to see your work. Do you have a portfolio?
No, all my pictures get sent to the lab, and I never see them again.
Aw.
But they're in my mind.
Cool. Cool. And then what map are you most proud of, and why?
I really like my map called Dolphin City. It's kind of like a city roleplay, but I just really wanted to build it to see what kind of realistic build I could make.
Mm-hmm.
It's not super popular, but it was really fun to make, and I had a lot of my friends help me out too. And it took me 2 to 3 months to complete it.
When did you become a playtest leader, and what was that like?
I don't really know when I became a playtest leader, but I just did my 32nd week of playtesting this week.
That's a lot of playtesting. What's the most interesting thing you've seen as a playtesting leader?
I've seen a lot of really good maps. I always testing a map and thinking it's enough to mark it as outstanding. Playtested one last week, or not last week, but maybe the week before. It was a death run. I was blown away by that map. It was really good.
And do you find that it helps you learn more as a creator yourself?
Some of my more recent maps are inspired by maps I've playtested. But of course, I put my own twist on them to make them my own.
I completely understand that. And then, you already talked about your favorite games. What about hobbies besides photography?
I just paint sometimes. Not as often as I used to.
Oh, that's neat. You should definitely, we would love to see your paintings. Would you ever post anything in Chicken Nuggets? We would love to see it.
Perhaps.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. Wouldn't you guys like to see that? I think I'll love to check it out. Like I'm really into art, and I think it's just a really amazing field to be in. What is your favorite skin right now? I know it's like this is like your main skin for your thumbs. Is this your favorite skin?
Yes.
And at any time, do you plan to play competitively in
No,
Fortnite?
I'm not much of a sweat.
No worries. It's like I've seen that you've made some like editing maps. And I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
whoa, Starlight does some competitive work. Let's go.
Yeah, that's a really old map actually. But I remember it was like before I had my code. A lot of my friends like to do stuff like that, so I was like, I'll make you one. That's usually what my maps were based off of in the early days. Stuff my friends wanted to see.
What about that new interface? What do you think about the new interface that just came out as far as our settings? Do you like it?
No.
What do you think they could do better?
I liked how the friends list was on the left and like the settings and everything were on the right. Now you have to click too many buttons to get to all that stuff.
Yeah, I agree. Like it's a little bit complicated. It's going to take a long time to get used to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what about music? Like, what's your favorite song?
I don't really have a favorite song. I just kind of listen to what sounds good or like a pre-made playlist.
What's your favorite movie?
I like the Back to the Future trilogy.
Awesome. Awesome. That's a really good one. Like, those are the types of movies that you can't stop watching. They're so good. As a creator, what do you want people to remember about you?
I don't know. I never do it for like the plays or anything. I just do it because I enjoy it. So I just want people to look at my creations and just know I did it because I enjoyed it, not because I wanted to like get popular from it or anything. So all my maps are made with love.
As far as being where you are now, because you are in a very awesome place, you're able to help other creators, influence other creators, and they see you as a beacon of what they could be and what can, they can, go in, what direction they can go in. So if you can tell us one thing you wish you knew before you became a Fortnite creator, what would that be?
I would definitely start like learning your mechanics early because I waited like a year or two before I started working on those. And I wish I would have started earlier because I feel like I'd understand more. If somebody's new to creative, I would tell them to definitely start looking at the mechanics early because those can be hard to understand sometimes.
Do you feel that mechanics are more important than design?
I mean, you can't have the game without the mechanics, so I guess so.
Do you feel like there could be some balance between the two that would make it sync better, or which is more important? Like, because you can have a map that is not as beautiful, but the mechanics are great. Like, there has to be some type of balance, right?
Yeah, there definitely needs to be a balance because I've play tested some maps and the mechanics would be fine. The map would just not stand out as unique to me the way it looks. And I've declined them for future just because of that, because I think everybody should put their own twist on their map, make it their own.
Understandable. Well, we're going to go ahead and open it up to the audience. And we're about to do some Q&A. So we do have a few members in the audience who wants to ask some questions. So I'm going to start with Yaxo's question. And his question is, what is your favorite memory from Fortnite Creative?
Well, I wouldn't say this is like one specific memory, but sometimes when I'm in the build mood, like I want to build something, but I don't really have any inspiration for myself, I'll go on like the Fortnite Discord and go into looking for group creative, and I'll put out that if somebody wants, I'll build them like a 1v1 or a box fights, however they want, and I always like seeing everybody get excited when I get finished building for them, because I'll ask them like what kind of theme they want or like what colors do they want incorporated into their game.
Cool.
And so I'll make them a custom for the people who don't really build maps and just play creative.
Awesome, awesome. And then Beta Crooks, he's not here, but we'll go ahead and ask the question anyway. What was the hardest moment in your Fortnite career?
Definitely getting a code, because I don't really have that many followers, but you know, I have to give props to my dad because he does, and he really supports like my passions. And so he helped me get my code. Yeah, he knows I don't do it for like the views or the money or anything. He knows it's something I love to do, so he helped me get a code so I could publish my work for everybody to see.
And then we have a question from Bearmaster TV. What is the best way you get motivation for building maps?
I just really love creative, so the motivation just comes naturally, especially if I have like an idea for a map. It just motivates me because I know I'm gonna love the process of building a map, and I'm gonna have fun doing it, and that's my motivation, having fun.
Amazing. It was great to learn more about Hay. We learned so much about her in this interview, about her journey as a playtest team leader, and what she looks for when reviewing an island, and what motivates her to create. It was also great to hear about her photography work. In fact, you can see that influence all throughout the work she creates, from aesthetics to mechanics. Everything sinks into a beautiful story. So it was so great to learn that. I hope you guys did take something from that interview and it was able to help you out. In fact, I do have some more news here about Hay. She started her very own Fortnite creative team called Team PRISM. If you guys are looking to join an inclusive community for fun, be sure to check out those links below, all right? Other than that, this is going to do it. This is our first show, and I do hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to drop a sub to FCHQ so you don't miss our next interview with Ninja Adam. I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys off here, and I'll see you on the next one.
I'm a pretty quick builder. If I have an idea, I just go for it. And don't stop until it's done.
I think we need a hint. Where were they?
I don't know. I heard him doing an emote.
GG's.
I watched you. Nice cheating.
GG's.
Cheat.